Gangsters be gangstin'. Yeah, yeah. Are you a gangster? Are you a gangstar? Star of the gangstars. My songs are bad, but I don't feel bad. Let's see. Yeah. Zakes Kumalo. Whoopsie. Alrighty. Zakes Kumalo will be joining us in the Overcomers Wisdom Sessions. If I can just remember how to use the internet. Man, I got a lot of things open. It is chaos here on my screen. Let's see. Zakes Kumalo on the Overcomers Wisdom Sessions. Zakes. There he is. Zakes. Boom. Okay. I've sent him the invite. Okay. Hello, everybody. Make sure you say how's it in the comments. Look at my cool shirt. You see it. Every girl say, feed them, lead them, keep them safe. Teach them, raise them right. Oh, I've got to fix a mistake quickly on this. Pop. Oh. There we go. Oh, someone's phoning you, huh? Just tell my beautiful wife that I'm live. Hi, my wonderful. I'm live at the moment. Yeah. I'm live at the moment. But all is good. Yeah. Okay. Love you. Doodles. Wifey just needed a report on a little fire that we had to kill. And we murdered that fire. Alright. Download. Just quickly sorting out. There was a mistake on this feed for this. Every girl safe. Operation Safe Place. How's it going, Philip? Philip, my man. Philip is a dude. He's a cool dude. Okay, let me make sure that this thing exported nicely. Check out this new one. Let me share this other screen. Okay, I just want to first make sure that it's working. No, man. I think I need to go there. Go back here. Alright. Well spotted, Jackie. Well spotted. Alright. Let me quickly do an email to Jacques. Jackie is awesome. Jackie is awesome. Okay. Let me just share that screen so you guys can know what I'm up to here. Hey, Yaku. My ridiculously good-looking friend, Yaku. He's an awesome dude, eh? Alright, adding that thing. Zakes is on his way in here. I like it. Let me just plonk this over here so you guys can see what I'm up to. See, that's the new... it's not the t-shirt. Yeah. Oh well. I guess it's the t-shirt now. Ay. Okay. So I'm going to mail this through. New email. Where does it open the new email? New email. Sorry, Jackie. There we go. Jackie, subject. New t-shirt. I'm going to make one like this for Hava as well. And for all the girls, then we're going to sit down and discuss Operation Safe Place as a family on camera, and hope that someone out there sees it, man. We need to spread the love. How are you guys liking the campaign so far? Sorry, I'll be with you in a seckie, Zakes. I just got to send this updated squeegee guaca through to the Zinga Blonga. Okay, there we go. There you go, Jackie. See, I added overcomers at the top there and feed 14k at the bottom, so that people don't get confused on all our different creative properties. You see. All right. Let's see. There we go. Let's add Zakes to the screen. Boom shakalaka. Okay, put on my headphones so I can actually hear you, Zakes. Zakes, such a good-looking guy. It's ridiculous. You should be ashamed of yourself, Zakes. Can't like schmaltz around. Yeah, looking that good.
Rev, how you doing? How you doing, Rev? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah, you hearing me? Yeah, you.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Look how nicely lit he is. What are you looking? You're looking down with the cameras up there.
It's the webcam.
There's the webcam at the top.
Yeah.
But you're now looking down. Where's the webcam? Where's the webcam? On top of the laptop?
It's
Top of
it's
the
on top
screen.
of the screen, yeah.
You must put it low down so that it feels like we're kind of half looking at you. Huh? Is it?
Yo, we tried, eh?
Were you trying to place it nicely?
Yeah, this is the best I could find it where it can actually hold on to something.
What webcam is that?
It's an old school one that looks like the destroyer. What is that thing? Yeah, it looks like the destroyer in Star Wars.
That's a good quality webcam, eh? I like it.
Yeah.
So awesome. There we go. Blessed. Everything always goes right with Philip. That's awesome. It's, we're working hard on Operation Safe Place. Who was Zakes was also working on the the camera's on that massive screen in front of you.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
It's like looking down on you from on high. It's called the God shot. It's like
There are like 5 or 6. I can't even keep count of the variations of possible, I don't know, marketing material for Operation Safe Place.
Dude, yeah,
I see you guys made a T-shirt already.
Well, I'm just making one so we can shoot a video. See, so I just made a quick logo. I mean, it can change when you come up with something cooler, I imagine. Did you see let me show you here. Add to stream. Look.
Yeah, I saw this.
See.
I can see it on your T-shirt, Rev.
Ah.
I even saw the template from Lucky as well.
Do I look pretty now?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, so it's cool. So I've added the overcomers at the top now. I love that 414 logo. Eh? Flipping awesome. And you got nice. All these kids. So we found a way around. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought you were gonna go for something neon for that 414 logo.
I would have, but I don't have that level of competence. I'm just using this software for dummies. I mean, you guys are using the software for Genie Heinioniuses, bro.
Right, but I'll try to do something about that as well. If you want it on the T-shirt, you could do something.
Yeah, I mean, you can see what you pull off, but that's the look. So the every girl safe, if it's a similar font, but it's neon, and Operation Safe Place underneath it also neon, and it keeps to, like, I mean, look at what's. Let me just minimize. I hope I don't close. No, I'm too scared. Let me just move this out of the way. Like this, I love this so much. Oh, hang 5. I'll show you what I love now. That's a black screen. I don't like black screen. Like I really love that. You see, it's my jam,
So
bro.
if we were to put something of this nature with the girls in the background,
Yeah, yeah. Because if you give me a PNG and it's got that glow, like you see, I love these tubes. You see, it looks like tubes and they're
yeah,
plugged in. And see, it's like that. And then it's got that glow attached as a PNG. And then when I pull it over, so if it says overcomers already and it's a PNG, or it says operation safe place and it's a PNG, but it's got that glow, then it looks like that in that purple glow would then kind of wash over the girls,
hell yeah, I see. But you could always change the opacity. I could make it less vibrant so that it works well with the. It doesn't overpower the image that's behind it.
Yeah, that'll work.
I'll
Unplugging them
work
from the
around.
matrix. Yeah, we can have lots of fun. Wonder what, but it's so cool. So I've got this AI software here, and the other one's also AI. It automatically removes the background around anything you bring in.
Oh, is it like on your? Is it Mid Journey or some
Well,
kind of
Mid-Journey.
AI like
So
that?
I'll give you an example. Check here. So, oopsie. Okay. So let's say there, I create that in Mid-Journey, right? The thing I just brought in.
Yeah.
So you can see it. Okay, let me just go full screen with it so you can see. Okay, so let's say this picture here. I created that in Mid-Journey with AI. Now here, the remove background's also AI. I'm just going to click it and it's automatically going to remove the background around the person. Watch. So there, I've just clicked it. I don't have to do anything. Just click a button. The artificial intelligence gets to work. And there she blows. Look at that.
Oh,
It's unfair.
it's
After
cheating.
all, it is cheating.
But isn't there any like copyright or anything, legalities behind using those images from the AI?
Not in artificial intelligence because it's randomly generated.
Okay.
So you've got full rights to it.
All right.
It's awesome, eh?
Mm,
Yeah.
I
So
think I
you've
should
got
check it out. What's the name of that thing, Rev? That AI?
which one?
The one that
Mid-Journey.
removes backgrounds?
Oh,
Mid Journey, I
that's called
know.
designbeastapp.com.
I'll check it out.
That's very cool, eh? But I think there should be plugins for Photoshop that can do this by now, surely.
I'll check them out also. Because now it's a whole lot easier. Photoshop has become a whole lot easier as compared to what it was in 2007, 2008.
Yeah, it's still
So it
above
is.
my pay grade, dude. That is like way above my intellectual capabilities. So hello everybody. This is Zakes. He's one of the directors on OAAA. Is that right, Zakes?
Yes, that's right. You got it right, Rev.
Our arts thing. He's a content creator and he's one of our lead editors now. You actually got hired to play the guitar, and then he ended up in the lead
Yeah.
editor. That is legend.
But that wasn't bad either.
Oh, cool. Tanya says she's got a sponsor for one of the girls. Sent many emails to ministries in America. Harold and them were actually the first sponsor for a girl for an entire camp, which is amazing. So that's awesome. Ugh. So Zakes, I
Yes,
know
right.
you and Jabulani seem very excited about the South African advance.
Yeah, very much so. Very
Uh,
much so. From an accountability perspective, on the news last night, funny thing is, people are starting to talk about it. Like big business is also starting to talk about um, how we get people accountable for things.
yes.
So yeah, you're on the right train.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, enough of this nonsense now. We have to do what we gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. You understand? You understand what I'm saying to you? We gotta do what we gotta do.
Because at the rate
Yeah.
we going, we're gonna hit Zimbabwe. I don't know, and like the next before the next elections, we might
Come
headed
on now,
to Zimbabwe
dude.
situation.
You don't take power by thinking about taking power. You take power by taking power.
Yeah, exactly. You solve the
I be-
problem by solving the problem.
solve the problem by solving the problem. Dude, I
Yeah.
believe that South Africa has got like people your age, you guys, your 20s, 30s, you dudes you got the wisdom, the heart, and the common sense to um, you know, do what's right. I don't know. Do you think this next generation is capable of not being corrupt?
Uh, I don't know because I find us as South Africans or the South African culture glorifies corruption. So, but now we're getting to a point where people just, don't care. And they're like, I'm just taking care of my family. Um, I've got a job or in government. Most of the guys that are in government, they're like, okay, I'm working for government. I don't need to do anything else except for what I have to do. And then I'll go home, pay my bills. That's it.
Yeah.
But that
Um,
also presents another set of problems because there's still kids that come, like that come after us that we have to create I don't know, a conducive future for.
yeah. I'm with you. So, hey, you said something now that I'd like you to expand on. When you said a culture of corruption, what does a culture of corruption look like?
It's like people that generally glorify corruption. I mean, if you have to bribe the tea lady to make you tea, she's hired to make tea. You have to bribe that person to do what they paid for, what they actually contracted for. Then and you have to bribe somebody to move papers from one office to the next, and then they're going to tell you no, before we move your papers or before we process them, there's a fee, an unwritten fee somewhere that you have to pay. So you see, there's all of those things that contribute to the corruption culture.
Dude, that's so dodgy. Jingalonis. So, have you been in places where there's that kind of, where you have to bribe the tea lady?
Yes, of course. I speak from experience because uh,
Uh,
do you know how hard it is getting what are those brand marking stamps? It's hard. Like I got my brand marking stamps before, and now I don't know
yeah.
because there are papers that I don't have anything digital. I'll go back to the Department of Agriculture and I ask them for those stamps. Even today, I still don't have my updated brand marking stamps
My word.
because somebody thought it wise to ask for money, and then
Jeez.
it's bad, right? It's really bad.
So
It's
bad.
bad.
There's a question for you there, Zax. How do we
Hmm.
change their perspective that it's more about than just their family and their own ways?
I think that should, I don't know, maybe because again, if you look at our educational system, the way we educate our kids, that plays a fundamental role in shaping what we want our society to be. So, with that said, if now we have a generation of people that are, I don't know, that are more results driven, and there's a system that keeps people accountable to what they're supposed to, we'll get better results. Because now people are
Accountable.
just taking advantage of the situation. A guy sees 20 some odd million or a couple of odd 100,000 rands lying about in the office without even a second thought, they'll take that and save it for themselves because there's no accountability system that actually points a finger at anybody.
That blockchain system will be epic.
Yeah,
That accountability. So, have you guys been? Courtney was telling me you guys been having some meetings.
yeah, we were just discussing as to what kind of topics are we going to have on the Tsar podcast, and
Tsah. I love it.
yeah, so we were just wrapping our heads around our guests, how what kind of topics do we want, and how not to, you know, uh, put unnecessary pressure on our guests. Have a decent conversation with them, and what kind of content should we have? What could we guard ourselves against? Yeah, all of
Yeah,
that.
instead of picking fights, 'cause it's kind of silly. Picking fights all the time. I see dudes like to do that. They ambush their guests
Yeah,
and
if you
then
look at
achieve
characters
nothing.
like your Dr. JJ Tabane and some of the other guys, you look at our final word, like on our last meeting, was to research all these podcasts and see as to how they work and how their interview style, everything about the very successful South African
Yes,
podcast, and we can incorporate that within ours as well.
I like that. I like that a lot. Um, yeah, I think if you do interviews with people and you're not like attacking them, you're just saying, okay, well, what's the solution? To even solution, bro. That's a big
Mm.
difference, man. You know,
Because people
big
here in South
difference.
Africa, I think they're trained. I think people here in South Africa, especially our politicians and people in leadership, are trained not to answer questions, like not to skillfully answer questions. It's
Yes,
like a skill that they have not to answer the question, but repeat the problem or the question itself over and over.
and not to work.
Because alternatively, like if we were to look at South Africa, in order for us to get somewhere, we can't wait for jobs.
Yeah.
We also have to account. I speak to a lot of ladies, and they go on about, "Nah, I'm an independent woman and I'm this, I'm that." I'm like, okay, we do understand that, but most ladies, if you want real equality, you must start within yourself. You must start within, like how you carry yourself. You must start with adjusting your expectations to, okay, maybe accepting the responsibilities of your expectations. Even us as
Mm,
South Africans, that's what we need. We have to take the responsibility of what we expect from government into our own hands. We
that
should be
is
a culture
great.
of people that start our own jobs. Like entrepreneurship is our future, whether we like it or not.
Dude, if we set the precedent this side, it'll be epic, just in this region. What's in Bezos? Katlejo says, he says he can't wait for the South African advance. When we were in Benoni this past Saturday, I saw the need for the Imbizos. What's that? Imbizo.
Yeah, and Imbizo is like a gathering,
Okay,
where, yeah, it's a
that's cool.
gathering where Tsar will then voice out as to who they are, what they're about, and just generally familiarize themselves with the people.
Philip was enjoying your answer. He says, by asking what they think the answer is to the problem, but asking it in a way that they actually answer the question. You have to be like a speed trap. See them coming from a mile away, and then you jump out and catch them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
But in
that's a
this case,
problem. Yeah.
yes, Griff.
No, so
So
that's the
speak.
problem with with most of the politicians, they actually don't have any solutions because they rose to power by just highlighting the problems.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
actually, I mean, I present the oaks with solutions and they just ignore the thing. I mean, I presented an excellent, like, massive internship program for all the young people in this region, and then I've got people from the ANC Youth League and EFF saying no more internships. I'm like, how are the kids gonna learn without paid internships? No, they want permanent jobs. Like, yes, like that's the problem. You're training people to think in deserve, not in hustle.
It's
You
like
have to
putting the
learn.
carrot behind the donkey.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
Like, you're gonna die poor, dude. What's the problem? Why do you want to die stupid? Yes,
Man,
like, if you
that's
hate
the wrong way
learning,
of thinking.
eh?
But again, what their agenda is there are a lot of companies, especially in the private sector here in South Africa, that use things like that, like your internships and your what's this? Your what are these contractual workers or contract
Yeah,
workers? So your contract will be renewed after like maybe after every month, so you'd work and work, and you're on par with whatever like industry standards and everything. But now the
yes,
thing is, you're not getting permanent employment. It's like getting somebody that does the job without having them have the benefits of
mm,
a permanent employee, and they'll work their backs broken, and then at the end of the day, they'll have no benefits. I see a lot of companies will claim bankruptcy or file for bankruptcy, especially your huge manufacturers, which are now like close to non-existent in South Africa. But that's how they were processing things and they were getting production done.
bruh. I'm excited, man. Philip says we must privatize the government.
Yeah, what
This is
happened
what.
to what happened to the people selecting their own leadership? Yeah, I think I totally support Philip, but and another thing, why don't we like find a system where we are like we don't want to vote. None of us are voting until we get the opportunity to choose our own leaders, and then we can pick and choose the guys that we could hold liable for any kind of wrongdoing, and then I think our country will run better then. But that's a long shot.
Yeah, it's a long journey, dude.
Yeah, it is a long shot.
Um, uh, the Katlejo explains in Bezos the gatherings
Mm.
we'll be hosting to bring politicians and communities together. It's sort of like accountability meetings between the government and the people. That's cool. That's cool. Do you even cool, bro? Just asking for a friend. Do you even cool, bro? I wanna. So it starts with accountability. If we don't get the accountability systems right, then no governance strategy is going to be worth its salt. Because you need to come in with a governance strategy, and that governance strategy holds people accountable for financial spend, and then blockchain tracks all of that spend, and that's what works.
And I think it's something that shouldn't only be limited to government only, because if you look at the stats and all the money that's coming out of the private sector into foreign investment, I think something should be done there as well. Because
Mm.
a few years ago, KPMG was in a huge scandal about how they help um, extremely big companies to evade tax.
Yeah.
And if
Yes,
you were to
dude.
compare that money with the money our politicians are stealing, it's like just the tip of an iceberg.
That is just the tip of an iceberg. Guys are dodgy. Yes. Yeah, accountability. So, I mean, we have to be a nanny state. We have to. Our entire strategy has to be trust but verify.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah, our
I
whole
agree.
strategy.
I agree.
Dude, I want to.
So how do you
Yeah.
rate to get there, Rev? Like in your books, how like what would be our first step? I do understand it's accountability, but is it now going to be through uh, a system that all government entities would use in collaboration with maybe our partners and all the
Well, our first
investors?
step is you formulate your vision, which we're working on right now. It's like, what is it? What is our vision? Um, uh, like, what are we actually, what's our goal? So
Mm,
our goal with the South African advance really is to move the nation forward by moving the paradigms forward. And it's a hyper biblical thing because Jesus brings us to be born again. The word repent means it's metanoia. It's the same as be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So the whole thing is to reform people's thinking. So our first thing is, okay, how do we reform the way South Africans think about governance? And then, because remember, all things political are all things financial. Poli- Politics is about controlling the big money. That's all it is. And because all the problems that get solved, like let's say, yeah, in Ngwate we got more than R1 billion come in. The question is, what is being done with that R1 billion? So we have to shape that thinking in the minds of those who are willing to listen. And people who aren't already thinking like that can't really be helped. So we start off with young people. That's why you're starting your show, going to go to a lot of schools and just get them excited about the concept of the South African, uh, the South African advance, the concept of how we want you to think. And then, and, and then you keep recruiting over the next couple of years as those 14-year-olds get older and older. And there will be guys in matric and grade 10 who already are kind of political minded who really need something like this, which is why I'm excited about guys like you uh, and Jabulani and Grace, because you're the urban manifestation of the future of our nation. And and there's South Africa's had this like, hey, I'm a black guy for too long, you know. That whole,
yeah.
now listen carefully, family. Now listen, 1 million, one, that, like that stigma
Yeah.
has to disappear. So the guys, like in the front. That's why everybody, well, so many people like Musi Mamane. The guys who don't like him are all the corrupt dudes, Um,
Mm.
because Musi is well spoken. He speaks Sotho well, English well, Afrikaans well. He's well spoken, you know. Um,
And Rev, another thing
yeah.
you'll be surprised as to I've done a lot of community projects. Like even last year, I did a lot of murals for schools, and I interacted with a lot of young people
Oh,
from
that's cool.
Dumahole and from Wate in general.
Mm.
And the funny thing is, um, young people are willing to learn. Young people are they're not dismissive of any information they get, whether it's an Afrikaans kid or whether it's an English kid, a Sotho or any other kid. But young people are so receptive to
I like
information.
that.
But the only thing that I find is they would have the information, but don't know where to take it or where to apply it. That's
Mm.
where you find they get headhunted into whatever is there, whatever. If corruption lends a hand to, to the kid, he will obviously go that route. Anything that will get them out of this situation to a better one.
I like that. I
So,
like that. Because, I also noticed that I ministered in schools for a long time, for like 15 years, 16 years. And when I did a wisdom session, I mean, so Temba, yeah, in the ministry, dude. I'm telling you, I had a young guy that I mentored. His name was Kenneth. I swear, man, they've got different paint on those cars, but they've got exactly the same engine. Everything about him and that white guy, Temba and Kenneth, like it's
Yeah,
like they're twins, man. Their souls are twins. They got the same respect and honor. They got the same sense of humor. You know,
yeah,
they, oaks who love honor, and I think a lot of young people will really take a shine if we brand this right, if we move it right, if we. That's why I'm thinking all the creative properties, which I'm enjoying now with Operation Safe Place, we can apply a lot of these design principles to the South African advance as a movement, and do
mm,
posters, like with slogans, advance, forward, think forward, um, like figure out all these slogans and stuff and have like build up like you and Grace and Jabulani, and any of the boys and girls who are well spoken, build you up as kind of cult personalities, who we do sound bites and video sessions and really just uh, generally be awesome.
yeah. Because the greatest part, for the greatest part, Rev, is that um, there's this statement. You remember I told you about back in my primary school rugby days with your Morne, and because
Yes,
back then it was not such. There was like
with
in
your
school, it's
mornay.
yeah, it's like an English school. It's like English classes and Afrikaans classes. But when we got onto
Yes.
the rugby field, if you hurt Mornay, you're hurting me, and I'll hurt you back. That's
Yes.
what that's the basis and the foundation of everything. So I've observed again, any talent that goes unnurtured is wasted. If like
Yeah.
there are a lot of kids from different kind of backgrounds, but without the right mentorship, it will be wasted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So if you could
that's
push
what we need. We
that, we
need
could win
strong
over the
mentors.
youth.
But if we can
Yeah.
create a movement, a forum with, I like this in Bezos. Yeah, that's a cool word. Where you've got well spoken, English, Afrikaans, black dudes, everyone is speaking English so that they can be followed internationally. Um, I think it'll be well funded. A lot of international interests. If we say that our goal with, let's say, Mwate is to get some good people into power and make this area attractive to international investors to come and build the factories. There's no lack of
Mm.
international investors. South Africa is a hot spot, but because we're number one unsafe place on earth to be a little girl. Dude, think about that for a second. So if you sort that out, um, and you start off with the young people, educate them with the goal of having this army of kingmakers. That's the vision for the South African advance. They have an army of kingmakers where we say, okay, come here, George. George, you say you want to be a ward councillor. Okay, George. There's a blockchain system that is going to watch how you spend your money and spend your time serving your community. We're going to track your entire life because the moment you're a public official, you're a public servant. You
Yeah,
serve at
of
the
course.
pleasure of the public. And there's this attitude when a lot of these guys take power that now suddenly they're in charge of the public, but it's not that world anymore. We're a
It's
different
actually the
world now.
opposite. Yeah.
Yes,
And
you
because
you
our Paris is such a small town, I see the vision. I see it. I've dreamt about something like this for many years now. Like ever since I was in high school, I was I saw guys who were just average living folks, right? And once
yeah
some parents got into politics, I saw their entire lives change like this and illicitly. So again, I believe I'm a firm believer in this movement and what it stands for. And I do believe in the cash injection that is the possibilities from abroad for them to get this going here in Paris because it's such a small town. It could start off as something small just here for us, and then it could ripple throughout the rest of South Africa.
Yeah, dude. All we have to do is get it right once. That's it. Once,
Because
boy.
I heard rumors that a few years ago, actually, when was it? Like round about 2005-ish, 2006-ish. Some people from abroad came to Paris saying that they're gonna open those old factories, those old
Mm.
firms, your Arvas and all those old
Yes.
firms there. I was told that our local government wanted about 40% or close to 50% of of the earnings. If then the companies were like, okay, yes, you can have 50% if you take 50% of the responsibilities. They're like, no,
Yeah.
that's the fee that you guys would pay on a monthly basis.
It's
So
freaking
that's why
corrupt, dude.
that's why they're not open. They're still the same as they were.
Bunch of thieving chocalochas, man.
It's sad. It's really sad.
These
Because
dudes are
that's
so
another thing
dodgy.
that causes negative mindset, and when you find a young person being in duress, because all of us want to be something when we grow up. You also have parents to make proud, so
Yes.
if you find yourself in, some of us have got daughters and sons to feed, and then if you find yourself in like behind the wall or between a rock and a hard place, and somebody comes through with a corrupt, lucrative deal, then you're more likely to take that
Yeah,
because
for
there's
sure.
nothing else that you could hide behind or you could fall back on.
And a lot of the guys kind of hope for that, eh?
Yeah,
They like hope because, like you say, it's kind of a culture. They hope for that like my moment vibe, and then the corruption hits hard. Eh? Guys are like,
yeah.
do you even corrupt, bro? How
Mm.
much corruption could a corrupto corrupt if a corrupto could corrupt corruption?
Mm. That's a tongue twister. And you look at like South Africa in general. We are classists in
Yeah,
some aspect. There's so much classism here in South Africa that people would do anything just to get just to get the right kind of money to have that nice kind of lifestyle they want, which is not something bad, but it's done in excess here in South Africa because people are always living beyond their means. And if they find themselves in trouble, it's so much easier to get them into corruption.
yeah. Never underestimate the power of stupidity of people in large numbers.
Yeah, that's true. And I always say that
Stupidity.
they say money is
Yeah,
the root of all evil, but I say need is the root of all evil.
I like that.
Because if you were to transfer currency into maybe a rock and you made them scarce, and that's the new currency, it's not the actual money, it's the need for that piece of currency that creates people or that turns people a certain way.
Yeah, I would very much like there to be little to no um, corruption. Really, I'm 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 really like tired of corruption.
I just made that now.
Busy making it, yeah. While we're
Yeah,
chatting,
it looks cool. Yeah, it looks cool.
I like that. Check the little blue thingy under overcomers there. Let me just crop this. The software is such fun. Eh? I mean, it's. I guess you can define this. Uh, hmm? You can define this software as uh, Photoshop for dummies.
But is it as effective? Is the quality the same? Would you say?
I haven't really pushed the size of of the pictures. Mostly, I'm getting HD, which is cool.
Hmm.
I'm not complaining. I
But
think
the T-shirt looks cool. If that's the kind of quality you could get from just a T-shirt design, I
yeah,
think
I
it will
think it's
also
great
work on bigger
for
things as
t-shirts, but we'll check because it does allow for vectors, which means we can do posters and stuff.
well.
See, here's another Operation Safe Place. That was one of the automatically generated logos. It's not the jam. I do want
Yeah. Hmm.
like overcomers over there. That's our jam, man. I like the um.
Yeah, but I could
I,
see on the
uh,
screen as well as to what you meant creatively for that, for the T-shirt and the logo design and so on. But the logo with a logo, you could only have so much information in there.
yeah, and look, because it's web based, every now and then, like, yeah, see my cropping function now is all wonky, and sometimes when you drag and drop stuff, it's like completely off kilter. It's like too far left or too far right, and you can't see it while you edit. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. So that big E,
Mm.
don't like it, but it gave me this kind of squarish one, which is good enough for now. Let's see how every girl's safe. Operation Safe Place. So you don't have as much power as you do in Photoshop, but it's a lot quicker.
Mm.
So I
Yeah, I see
can't
where
do
you're getting with that. I see where you're
drop
getting with that.
shadows. There's no drop shadows. There's no. See, I can't like make overcomers. Like I would have liked to make it like on a signboard in the distance down there or something.
Can't you like create it? Maybe create a small shape there and then just put a texture on it and
You can check it. So I can go here. See, there's a
yeah.
signboard that I can shove in there. But you can't quite easily figure out where your edges are either. It's so challenging. Oh, there's some comments here. Yeah, Matthew's enjoying your wisdom there. Sandile says we need God-fearing leaders.
It's Matthew's birthday today, even.
It is a happy
Hey, happy
birthday to
birthday to
you.
you.
Matthew's such a wonderful guy.
Yeah, he is. Eh? He is awesome.
There's Philip says it's the love of money. That's the root of it. I knew someone was going to bring that up.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
the love of money. It's not money itself. It's the love of money.
Yeah, because that's actually what it means to be a Christian. Because actually, being a Christo is a title. Where people that have devoted themselves to that to that lifestyle would walk and serve their community barefooted, and they'll go out and they'll serve the
Yeah.
community. That's what their lives are about. And now, if you're a public servant, it means, okay, we don't want you to run around without any possessions, but what we're saying is at least be accountable, you know, be, as you put it, Rev, that other time in your wisdom session, be a river, be like a river, let everything flow through you, and then you can serve the community. Obviously, you're not going to be like left naked in the street without anything.
Dude, those guys are through me. It must flow to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
It's
what do you
bad.
mean through me?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Check this
Yeah,
out.
but I think we're going to get it right because people are already tired.
Yeah,
People are tired. People want to see things
the
done.
time is
But
here, you
again,
know.
yeah, but again, the way we do things as well. the way we do things. You can't have people destroying government facilities and things that are actually meant to help us, you know, as an attempt to strike or as an attempt to get to be heard. You can't have people doing that as well because it'll be like it's working backwards.
Phillips, we need to step up to the plate and get into politics, dude. Wait till you see the South African advance. It's our model is having authority without needing to go into politics. So once you go into politics, it's over. You've become
Yeah,
disgusting. It's
uh,
so hard to go in there without. It's like you start swimming with the pigs and wondering why you smell like one.
exactly, exactly. Because now, if we were to go into full on politics, everything politically sounds good on paper. If you look at communism, if you look at socialism, if you look at the reasons behind all the political movements, there is some good on paper, or they sound good, but in practice, it's a different it's a different ball game altogether. It's harder to
Yeah,
do things than to just say them and write them on paper. So with Tsar, I think the power would be with the people, and it would be the power of the people having somebody account for all their wrongdoing or curb wrongdoing before it even occurs.
yeah. Put righteous people in power, man.
Yeah.
Righteous. Like, put the right people in power.
And again, you
I'm
must
just
check
like,
our leadership's credentials. You can't have somebody who's like a serial killer, like ex-convict, and all of that. Unlearned person to to step up and take a role of being a president or something of that nature. Credentials are also important because that's also, you know, it's somebody that has learned something from somewhere and can impart it with the rest of the people.
yeah, I think there's enough, like, really wise young men and women now out and about, you know, who
Yeah.
who will jump at this. I think the South African advance is going to be a lot of fun. And wonder, let's see what our logo generator does with South African advance. Check this thing out.
Yeah.
Are you ready for
Let's
this,
play
dude?
around it.
Logo
Let's check
factory.
it out.
Enter the South African advance. What did we decide on a logo, on a slogan yet? Forward or something? Uh, what was it? There's KG. What up, KG? Yeah, Philip, absolutely. Um, well, let me just put your Zakes is awesome. I think that's an excellent slogan for a movement. There we go.
For a movement.
So let's start off here with graphical. Proceed. Choose a niche. Politics. Uh, let's see here. Security, home appliance, soccer, entertainment, pets, plumber, welfare, religious, electronics, tailor, flower, spa, ride, love, charity, finance, e-commerce, sports. Where's politics here, man? We go business.
Business or
Boom.
education, I think, would be nice.
Yeah, let's start off with business, so we can go backwards.
Rev, I was so shocked. When was this? It was, I think, in the beginning of the year. I was speaking to I was speaking to some of my educator friends, and they told me straight up they didn't try to polish it or anything. They told me that the educational system is meant for people to go out and look for jobs instead of
Yeah,
creating something for themselves. Like even people that have their college or university qualifications, those won't help them anywhere in the real world because it will just be a paper that means that you can now go look for a job, but no practical skills.
Yeah, like the old system at the moment, just it doesn't educate anybody for anything. It doesn't. I mean, it's useless. Our education system in South Africa, it's it's training people up to checking
To
the
not do
options. Yeah,
anything. Because
yeah.
look at what Philip is saying now. And did you see his comment? He says, "That's powerful what you're saying, Zakes. Yet pulling a person that can do the job isn't what corruption wants," which is true. Um, that will expose laziness, bringing forth wickedness, and they want to hide like cockroaches. When the light shines, they scurry and scatter away, which is true. Which is true, but it's also another thing is the result of that is because the person really doesn't know what they're doing. So if you don't know what you're doing and you are put to question, or you are tasked with something that is supposedly your job, you can't do it, and then you defend yourself. I think it's a defense mechanism to be rude. That's why I find you go to the municipality, you go anywhere, you go to a hospital, any government entity. It's because they're
Dudes
filled
is
with
rude,
some
man.
people that don't know what they're doing. You know.
Check out all these logos this thing comes up with. It's like almost unlimited. You just keep generating AI. So this
Mm.
is education. I mean, I don't like any of them. I want the South African colors in there, the flag or whatever. Ta.
Yeah, there's one there that looks kind of, but well, yeah, it still needs a lot of work.
So that was education, music, gym, e-commerce, car, coffee, beach scam, animal, bird. Hmm. See, as Matthew says, that's why learnerships and internships are so vital. You provide practical as well as theoretical training and properly equip upcoming employees with the relevant skills to do that job.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, I
What
really
about
believe
this
in it.
whole 350 situation? You can't go around giving people 350 for nothing. Why don't you get them to do something? Because we're in such like short staff of everything. We like short staffed when it comes to nurses, education, everything. Why don't you get these people to do something for their 350 every month that are unemployed?
Yeah, do something.
Yeah, get them to clean somewhere. Get people to do something somewhere to earn their 350. All they have to do is just clock in on a daily basis, and then at the end of the month they receive their 350. I think that will be well earned.
It's interesting, all these logo options. Anyway, well, awesome. Thanks, Zax. You know,
Ah,
that's our hour. Yeah, that was fun, eh?
it was, eh? Thanks, Rev.
So it's
Thanks,
lucky to hang
everybody.
out, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
May the may the heavens open. Oh, look at Philip says the school system is antiquated system like Robert Kiyosaki,
Mm.
not Kawasaki. It's not teaching you to find solutions, it teaches you to think like a parrot. If you don't know the right quote unquote answer, then you're ridiculed for it. So thus people
Yeah, yeah.
stop creative thinking and then just conform to the world system which belongs to Stan, the man,
The
aka
man.
Satan. You know, if Satan lived in Cape Town or Los Angeles, his name would be Saturn.
He probably does live in LA. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
probably.
so.
And his name over there is Saturn. It's like, hi guys. It's me, Saturn.
Yeah.
I'd definitely call myself Saturn if I.
Is that what you call yourself in Vegas?
Vegas, dude. My name is Saturn. Uh, Nights in
All
White
right, Rev,
Satin. Yeah,
is
shot,
that
bro.
it from from me.
That's
Okay. Cheers, guys.
yeah, that was fun, man.
Thank you
Thanks
for
so
having
much,
me.
dude. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye.
So we got some sharp dudes on our team, man. Like really awesome dudes. Hey Sarah. Really some awesome people on our team. See, look, this thing is a bit hit and miss when it designs logos and stuff, but it's pretty cool, you know, that it throws them out. Man, I need a nap. I'm like totally gonna have a nap now. It's funny there it wants to make it like a newspaper. Yeah, it definitely doesn't get the gist of the South African advance, man. You don't get the gist, buddy. You don't get the gist. Anyway. Hey, love you all. Thanks for hanging out again. I hope you're enjoying these like kind of loose chats while we work on stuff. We're working on the Operation Safe Place campaign. There we go. Want to feed them, lead them, keep them safe. Check it out, man. And that's my belly button over there. My belly button. That's the Feed 14K round logo, but I changed it now. So it's gonna be big Feed 14K over there instead of the belly button. Belly button. Raise them right, because it's easier to raise whole children than to fix broken adults. It's absolutely. Yeah, so Operation Safe Place, man. That's how we roll. Yeah, so partner with us if you can, please. We got so much to do, so many kids to help, so many things to do. We need miracles, man. And we need champions, fundraisers, people who want to help us do this. So reach out, man. www.overcomers.co.za. You can partner with us. Love you guys. Have a wonderful afternoon, morning, evening, potato, whatever it is, wherever you are. Love you. Bye. Bye.